What if I told you most Amazon sellers are flying blind? They're spending money without knowing what's working. But what if you could see the customer's entire journey? I'm talking from the first impression to the final purchase and target them with laser precision. In today's episode, we're breaking down how Amazon Marketing Cloud, or AMC, unlocks advanced data, smarter ads, and untapped profits. Our guest today has a background in civil engineering, and this helps him shape his meticulous, analytical approach to e-commerce and advertising. He's helped build 100+ person team and has developed priority tools like Data Owl. He is a trusted partner for navigating competitive markets and achieving sustained growth. And he is a buddy of mine, Manzoor Nirozi, and he is from Toronto, so we'll welcome a fellow Canadian. Now, let's just have a quick word from our sponsor. We'll be right back. If you're an Amazon seller, you already know PPC costs are constantly rising. But what if you could grow your sales without increasing your ad spend? Did you know affiliate marketing helps you drive external traffic, boost your organic ranking, and the best part is you only pay when you get a sale? The team at Levanta put together a free guide that shows you exactly how to set up an account, find the right affiliates, and avoid the common mistakes. So download it now. The link is in the description. Now, if you have any comments or questions, throw them over into the comments section. So let's sit back, let's relax, let's grab a cup of coffee and enjoy the episode. Welcome, Mansoor.
Hi, thank you so much for having me here. I'm very excited.
If you're an Amazon seller, you have to check this out. Manzoor Nirozi explains how to unlock fast Amazon sales by using this AMC strategy that majority of Amazon sellers overlook. What can buyers do or sellers do right now that it's right there? Just go and do this and you'll see some results.
There are ready-to-use templates in Amazon Marketing Cloud that you don't need to use any SQL, any query. You go to Amazon Marketing Cloud, there is this option of solutions, or when you go to AMC audiences, you can create audiences from the template. Very easy to use in a matter of like seconds. The low-hanging fruit would be that go create audiences from customers who added to cart, didn't purchase. Customers who saved for later, didn't purchase. Customers who added to the wish list, but they haven't purchased. Or you could, one of the other ones that I really love is that you could create lookalike audiences to your most valuable customers. So I'll give you an example. You could select audiences that have purchased from you, for instance, more than $200 over the last year. Or your 5% high valuable customers. If you are in AMC, these are all ready to use. You can target this audience and tell Amazon that create lookalike audience to this. Now, these are people similar to your highest value customers. The chance of you being able to bring them to your brand, purchase from your brand, is the highest. Actually, I had a post today on LinkedIn, another one that you could use, and I gave this neat query, which if you go to my post, you can see that query. If you're a CPG brand, you can say, go find all the audiences that have subscribed and saved to my brand, and they have purchased more than 3 times from my brand, the highest value of customers, right? So you have this audience, created lookalike audience to these. Now you have these and you go target these with sponsored ads. These are just a few ones that comes to my mind. Another one that we talked about is customers who are searching for your brand, right? Go be in front of them, searching for your brand, but they haven't purchased. So these are some of the low-hanging fruits that you can go and use it right now easily.
AMC, I think most people have heard about it, but what exactly is this Amazon Marketing Cloud?
That's a great question. And I feel like we have, in the industry, we have made Amazon Marketing Cloud very complex and very complicated in terms of what it is. And the way I like to explain it is just to simplify it instead of going to, it's a clean room, it is this, it is that. So the way you got to think about Amazon Marketing Cloud, it is a database for Amazon that records every single event that is happening for your customers. If they search for a keyword, they see your product shows up, right? Your ad could show up, your organic ranking product could show up. So when the customer search, there's an event that, oh, this customer searched for product, this user searched for product, and they got an impression. And the interesting thing about AMC, which makes it very powerful, is that it records so many things. So from what time it was, where's the location, what is the phone, what is the operating system of the phone or the desktop that they have. So it goes to all type of detail and says, okay, from this campaign in your advertising, from this ad group, triggered for this keyword, and you got an impression. So imagine this is happening in every step of your customer's journey, right? Next, they are going to click on your product. It's going to say, oh, they clicked at this time, so it records. They want to purchase. It is a record there for the purchase. So AMC gives you the data for every single thing is happening, interaction of the customers with your brand. That's actually a confusion that I feel like it's happening for some people, that they think AMC is going to give them the interaction with other brands, other products of the competitors as well. But no, it is just the interaction of the customers with your brand, which starts from impression all the way to the purchase. It is ad exposed and non-ad exposed. We could go more into the detail of what is paid, what's not paid. That I'm sure we are going to talk about that.
Yep.
But just to simplify it, that is it. Plus, there is another option that you could upload your third-party website. So let's say you have a Shopify store, you could bring that data to AMC as well, and you might say, why would I give my data to Amazon? Like, what's the reason to bring my store data to Amazon? Well, the answer is that, first of all, AMC, we call it a clean room. Like, Amazon doesn't know which customer it is. It's just based on user ID. Even in AMC, you don't have name, you don't have email. There's no information about the user. It is just an ID. That is one. And the second, the reason that you want to bring your store data, I'll give you one example. And this is a question that we get from many of the brands we work with, and we are working on making this happen, is that, so there is always this question that we have our customers, let's say our TikTok video goes viral, right? Some people are, if you have a TikTok shop, they purchase there. Other customers might go purchase on Amazon. Some customers might go to the website and see what's happening in website and purchase on Amazon. But if you bring your website data to AMC, you could draw the journey and say, oh, this customer saw our product in the website, but ended up purchasing on Amazon.
Hold it. This is a question I get all the time about TikTok, and I tell them there's no way to track that sale. Are you saying that this can, like AMC, can track that sale?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because we are bringing the data from website, not TikTok. We don't know the TikTok information, right?
Okay.
So what I'm saying is that you could match your data from your website with AMC, add it to the AMC, which the rate, like, I'm not going to say that 100%, Amazon is not going to be to match 100% of your customers with Amazon database, because some of them might have a different information, some of them might be on Amazon, might not be Amazon, but to up to 80%, Amazon can match your customers from websites with what they have on Amazon, with the Amazon customers.
All right. So is that the main reason why a seller should take this really seriously?
No, not the main reason. There are other reasons that you have to use an AMC. One is that, first of all, it is free, right? Everyone thinks getting access to AMC is very difficult. You should work with agencies. You should have an Amazon rep. No, with a single email that, as I mentioned, Norm, at the end of I'll send you this template. It's a document step by step how you can get to access to Amazon advertising without any agency or anything. You just send an email to a specific email, and they ask you for some information, in a matter of 4 to 5 days, you will see Amazon Marketing Cloud showing up in your advertising console. So if you are a brand owner, you don't need anything or any agency. So one is that it is free. The second is that Amazon Marketing Cloud and giving you all this information so you could make amazing insights from Amazon Marketing Cloud. Forget about even your website, just on Amazon. One is you might be looking for what is your customer's lifetime value, right? And how much you are spending on that customer in the lifetime. There is no way with data we have from Amazon, put the AMC apart, you can't get to that data. You might be able to get the lifetime value from importing the orders and matching with the emails that Amazon gives you. But other than that, there's no easy way to say, okay, here's the lifetime value of my customers and how much in their lifetime I have been spending for this customer in terms of ads that I'm putting on them. So that is one. Lifetime value, how much you are spending, how much you could afford to expend. The second is in terms of insights, the customer journey, what is happening, like when they see our ads, what happens when they see our ads, how many of our ads they are showing up. Or you have this insight actually that it's interesting. As you put more ads in front of the customers, the purchase rate goes up, right? We can see that off Amazon as well, but that's the same that applies to Amazon. So they see more ads, sponsor product, sponsor brand, sponsor display. As you put more ads in front of them, data clearly shows that purchase rate is going up. So one reason to use is Amazon Insights.
What if I told you you could retarget everyone who abandoned your cart on Amazon? AMZ allows you to do just that, and guess what? It's free.
The next one that I would say is most important is the audience creation. Last year, Amazon gave us this feature inside Amazon Marketing Cloud that we could create audiences. We could query and create audiences. Now, at the time they launched that, we could only use those audiences in DSP to target any ads we run. We target those audiences, right? But then they came up and said, now we are going to add this feature to sponsored ads. Any audience you create from AMC, you could take it to sponsored ads and target those audiences or increase bid for those audiences. Now, next question might be, okay, I can create audiences. What does that mean even, creating audiences? I'll give you one example. Creating audiences, for instance, people who added your product to cart in last 30 days, but they haven't purchased. So you're like, okay, before you didn't have any way of creating audience and targeting them or increasing with making sure you are in front of these customers. But with AMC now, you could right away go. It is very easy, create and say, for this even, you could narrow it down to any specific ASIN, either in brand level or for any of your product that over 30 days, 60 days, add it to cart. Or they have saved for later, but they haven't purchased. I want to be in front of them. So these are just two examples of of audiences. We are going to talk more about that. And I would say last one is that I think it's becoming very important why we need AMC. We know Rufus is coming. We know Amazon is going toward customization. I always give this example for my own product. Actually, not my own product. Last year, I purchased ankle brace. This year, when I was searching for ankle brace on Amazon, the product that I purchased last year was organically number one. So I could see that. But if you go in different IP or different zip code, it's not going to show up. It's not ranked on number 10. We are seeing that Amazon is working more on customization with Rufus, customer asking questions, and Amazon puts the product that they feel it is more aligned with what customers are asking. So the ranking, as we know, it is changing, the ranking game, the organic ranking. Now, what is going to become important is that you need to target the audience. You got to work more toward audience rather than organically, because you might not be even organically ranking for any keyword, or that thing is changing, so you might not be there. But you want to find your valuable customers and make sure you are in front of them, which is one of the best ways now. It is enabled AMC is that you create audiences and you can target those audiences.
That's crazy. Just being able to target those audiences, that could probably add another 10% to your sales, or maybe more, maybe less. I don't know. But if you can, like, I know that's one of the big things with Shopify is being able to track who's been in your shopping cart, who abandoned your shopping cart. And now you've got a chance to pick up that sale again.
Yes, exactly. And I'll give you another example, Norm, about adding to shopping cart is that I was checking one of the brands we are working with. So if you go to brand analytics, anyone doesn't know this, there is this customer journey report that shows Amazon shows different part of the funnel: awareness, consideration, purchase. So what we noticed for this brand, this is a very known brand that they are in retail and different marketplaces, and they have a good branded search. I was checking for February, and interestingly, I noticed that in February, around 40,000 customers searched for their brand name, but they didn't, 10,000 of those customers, they didn't end up even doing anything. They didn't end up uh, viewing their detail page. They didn't end up adding to cart. So they just drop off 10,000. Some of them might be purchased from customers, or some of them might get distracted. But the point being is that with Amazon advertising in an old-fashioned way, we couldn't do anything about this. Okay, they dropped off. Now what we could do? But now with the AMC, it is very easy and say, go find the customers who searched for my brand name, but they didn't purchase. So you could get in front of them and make sure that you are showing up, you are showing your product. Or another example that we had, actually, we had some tests we did. So we created audiences of people who had 2 or more detailed page view of our product, but they didn't end up purchasing. So we create audiences of these customers who have seen our product details page multiple times and haven't purchased. Targeted in sponsored product, meaning we increased our bid. We had the bid adjustments for these audiences, and we saw 5x increase in CTR for those audiences compared to other audiences, and 30% higher conversion rate for those audiences.
Wow.
Now, what I want to argue actually here is that so far what we are doing is we are optimizing in campaign level, what we did before AMC. We are like, we have a ACoS goal, and we are saying, okay, we got to optimize the bid for achieving the ACoS that we have. But now that we have audiences, it is wrong. The same way we are looking at placement analysis, we say, okay, every placement is different. We have to adjust the bid based on placements. Now audience is the same. You can't do the bid adjustments for a customer who's very close to purchase compared to customers who even doesn't know about your product. And we saw that, right? With the test that we have, with the same bid, with the higher bid for people who have seen our page multiple times, we are generating the same ACoS that we are generating with lower bid for the other ones. So if you think about this, if we didn't have that AMC, we were just optimizing all toward the same ACoS. So means the chance of us being in front of those customers that are high value will become less because we are lowering bid. But with AMC, we were able to increase our bid and make sure we are getting to our even target ACoS with a better conversion rate, better CTR.
You know, you were talking about just being able to target people who are searching your brand. I hear this about brand defense is always so expensive, but I always recommend it. Why not show your brand rather than somebody else's brand? But this is allowing you to target those people even more. So now brand defense actually could come down in price, couldn't it? Trump tariffs are here. Watch the newest episode right here with Dan Ashburn to learn how you can stay ahead. Don't forget to subscribe and remember there's new episodes every Monday.
It could depends on, right? It depends how you are bidding it. If you target those audiences and go for 2x bid, it could increase the bid. But I would say at the end of the day, since you are so relatable to those customers in terms of Amazon knows that those are your audience, yes, the bid actually could be lower. But I won't say it is necessarily very 100%, oh, the bid will be low. But the idea of not targeting, I hear that as well, brand defensive. One, actually, I think that's a mistake. You know why? I see this people consistently talk about brand defensive in terms of the placement in your product detail pages. They are saying that this is a branded campaign. If you have a product detail page, you want to put your other products in that page. But that is not branded. That's not branded campaigns. That is, yes, that's defensive, but you can't tell that, oh, I want a really good bid, really good ACoS there. Because I'm like, okay, if you're not there, your competitors will take that. This is different from a customer who's searching for your brand. They know your brand, they search your brand. Yes, that's a different placement. You could call that branded campaigns, but when you are targeting your own product detail pages, those customers, they might not even know about your brands and forget about AMC. I'm saying that I won't call this necessarily branded campaign because you are taking some spot that a customer randomly in your page. You want to make sure your customer, your competitors are not there, and if anyone clicks, they are seeing your products.
Right. Okay. We are close to the bottom of the hour. And at the bottom of the hour, if this is the first time you're listening to the podcast, we do something a little bit different. And that's called the Wheel of Kelsey, which happens at the top of the hour. But to take part in this, and that's a giveaway, by the way. To take part in this, you have to put hashtag Wheel of Kelsey, tag 2 people, and you'll get a second entry. And Mansoor, what do we have today?
I could do a free consultation and have a call, dive into your Amazon advertising and give you some insights or whatever, however I could help you with that. So free consultation from my site.
Very good. So, if you're interested in Mansoor, who is, I would say, an expert. I'm not going to use the word guru, but I'm going to say expert in PPC and any type. Like we're talking about AMC right now. He might be able to take a look at that or whatever you want.
I'm also a seller, so I have some knowledge about selling as well. So that's something I could help as well.
Very good. So I already see Steve's put in hashtag Wheel of Kelsey. Anybody else is interested, please make sure that you put hashtag Wheel of Kelsey or tag 2 people, and you'll be able to get this consultation. Okay, so Kelsey, if you can take us to a commercial, we'll come right back. Tired of negative reviews dragging down your star rating and sales? Tracefuse has your back. Tracefuse specializes in removing non-compliant Amazon reviews the right way. I'm talking 100% compliant with Amazon terms of service. And with over 11,000 reviews removed for 400 plus brands, they know what it takes to protect your reputation and boost conversions. And here's the best part. You only pay for performance. That means you only pay for reviews they successfully remove. No contracts, no monthly fees, just results. Plus, as a Lunch with Norm listener, you get 2 reviews removed for free. Ready to clean up your reviews? Visit tracefuse.ai. That's Tracefuse, TRACEFUSE.ai. I just like this AMC topic. Why don't we talk about a couple more real world examples?
Another one was that I'm working actually at the moment is so we have so many CPG brands that we are working with. It gets more complex, but we want to understand that to acquire new to brand customers, how much we are spending. There is no other way to calculate this. If you don't have AMC, there is no way you can calculate what is your customer acquisition cost for new to brand. But with AMC, you can drive this insight and say, okay, this is how many new to brand customers I got last month, and this is how much spend I had for them to turn them to a customer. Divide this, and right away you get your new to brand customer acquisition cost. This is a data that it is very, very, very important for brands, especially for the forecasting for future when they want to. It happened. There's a last quarter we had a brand came up to us and said, okay, for 2025, for instance, I think their revenue was around 16 million in 2024. They wanted to get to 25 million. So it is a very big growth, right? I did the forecast. I'm like, okay, if you do whatever you have been doing from 16 million in 2025 based on forecast, you are going to go to 19 million. But they were asking to 25 million. So we need to find how we could bring that extra revenue. The way we calculated is that, okay, we need to off Amazon, of course, you gotta create content, you gotta do all those off Amazon stuff. But we're just looking at Amazon is that how you can bring those extra customers. If we don't want to talk about improving CTR and conversion and everything you have been, let's say everything is good, you need to increase your advertising to bring more customers. Now, the challenging part is that how do you know how much you have to spend to bring that extra customer? So we know the customer lifetime value, we know the customer acquisition cost. For us, it is easy to say, okay, we need another 6 million extra. It translates itself to how many customers, then translate itself to how much extra spend we need to have to bring that extra cost. So that is one of the use cases. The other one in audience that I mentioned, actually, I have it here as well. I'm looking at it. We are doing a test. We created lookalike audiences of our high value customers. Interestingly, we are seeing that the CTR for those customers, and they are customers that they don't know about our brand. They haven't purchased from us. It is like 2x, and conversion rate is about 10 to 15% extra. So we are optimizing for those audiences instead of focusing for the whole campaign and saying everything is similar, let's optimize for the whole campaign. We are adjusting our bid multiplier for these audiences to make sure that we are in front of them instead of just across the board optimizing the bid. These are just two ones. There are so many other ones that
Right.
it becomes more complex.
Do you think your Amazon ads are underperforming? Well, check this out. Manzar Naruzi explains how AMC fixes Amazon's broken last click attribution model. Okay, keeping on AMC, sellers, how can they build a smarter customer journey or even unlock better attribution?
In Amazon, the biggest issue with Amazon in advertising console is that it's a last click attribution. What it means is that your sales attribution is attributed to the ad that got the last click. But here's the issue is there were 3 other ads in this journey that they led to generating this sales, but this sales going to the last ad. So when you are optimizing, the problem becomes that when you are optimizing, you're like, oh, this last ad that is generating sales and has a good ACoS, let's optimize based on that. But the other ones, you don't see the sales for the other ads, but in reality, they led to the purchase. So with AMC, the best way, I don't know who asked that, that's your question or from from the audience. The best way to fix this ad attribution is that you could generate any custom attribution model with AMC. One of them would be that, okay, let's have the attribution 50% for the first ad, 50% for the last ad. So whatever the sales generated, because with AMC, you could see what ads has been in the journey. So 50% goes to the first, 50% goes to the last. Another attribution model is that you could do linear. And actually, I like that linear or weighted sometimes. The linear is that just divide based on how many ads were in this journey. My favorite is the weighted one, that you give higher weight to first and last, and some weight to the ads in the middle. So that is how you could fix the ad attribution. And also, one thing I forgot to mention that, well, actually, never mind. Never mind. I forgot again.
Hey, I know I hide my own
Came and
Easter
gone.
eggs. All right. What is the one thing brands are missing out on?
Oh, I love that question. I would say it is the brand tailored promotion by far. I have seen many brands that they are not using it, and consistently, as soon as I see, I'm like, you gotta use this brand tailored promotion. In brand tailored promotion, there has been so many. So brand tailored promotion is a feature that you can add coupon code for different segments. For
Mhm.
instance, Amazon, you could put coupon code in front of people who added to cart but haven't purchased. And imagine you're mixing this with AMC, right? Targeting these ones, giving coupon. There's a high chance of you converting them.
Right.
Or customers who have viewed your page, customers who are the chance of you losing them is high based on what Amazon says. So I'm not going to go to the detail, but it is very, very powerful. And I did a test a week before and week after for a brand. I turned on brand tailored promotion. So from customer journey, I saw that when I increased my brand tailored promotion for people who are adding to cart, this is one example, adding to cart but not purchasing, my drop off decreased by 20%. So people who were dropping off prior week, they're higher. But when I run brand tailored promotion, I decrease that drop off by 20%. It is very powerful. And I see some brands, they are like, okay, some of these segments are just for CPG brands or for people who have purchased from you. You want to target them? Well, no, you got to think about this brand tailored promotion gets in front of them when they are looking for this product, or they come to your product detail page, they see that product. So it doesn't matter, even if you're not a CPG brand, put that on. And I would honestly, I personally, for my own brand, I have all of them turned on. I don't see any reason you guys not using brand tailored promotion. It's very good, and I see great results for every single brand that they have them running.
What are some of the common mistakes sellers are making that are shooting them in the foot?
So common mistakes, I would say about generally Amazon advertising we are talking about, or AMC.
Let's talk about Amazon advertising and some of the common mistakes people are using.
That's a great question. We do so many audits every month, and there are three common mistakes I see all the brands doing. One of them is that we see the brands are not adjusting their budget with the trend. They are not aligned with the trend. So they have a budget and they keep running with that budget all the time. Instead of looking at trend and saying, oh, the trend is going up, you got to increase the budget. Market going down, we got to decrease the budget. So that's one of the biggest one that I see. Second one is that they don't expand to all the match types. So either they're too focused on exact or other match type instead of expanding on phrase, broad, and making sure even they are using keyword themes that they are performing great. Most of the brands we work with, they have amazing performance for actually phrase and broad and keyword themes. Exact is great, especially you should have it, especially for ranking, but the expansion is something that I don't see brands enough doing. The other mistake I see that they are limiting themselves. They are limiting the campaigns, and they are trying to make a funnel. What does that mean? Is that they target a keyword in exact, and they negate that keyword from auto campaign, from a phrase campaign, from broad campaign. Guys, Amazon has become so complex, and they know your product. They know where to put your product better than you with the good placements and cost per click. Opening up your campaigns to Amazon is the best decision that you can make because they know where and when to put your product. And you will see that if you don't limit, your cost per click and your ACoS will go down instead of just focusing for every keyword and saying, oh, this is I'm targeting this in exact, I shouldn't make sure, or I should make sure this is not getting triggered from any other campaign, the biggest mistake. These are the three main ones. I'll add a few other ones that are very important to notice. One is that using the campaign structure, having the good campaign structure, one campaign, one ad group, and one listing, one parent listing. The reason we do this is that in terms of budget and performance, you can just see that for budget, you can just apply in the campaign level. So if you have different ad groups, you are not in charge of the budget. If one ad group performs good, you can shift the budget to that group. You have budget in the campaign level. Your bid adjustments, your placement performance is in campaign level. So when you have different ad groups, you are confused that where the performance coming from, or mixing different match types in the same campaign. I could keep going about the mistakes that brands doing. It depends on how far you want me to go. Another one actually I see more often is that they don't use enough negatives in the campaigns. If a keyword is not performing, it's not relevant, go ahead and negate that keyword in your campaign instead of wasting money.
All right, very good. Now, one of the things I just want to go back to is you were talking about using all like exact phrase and broad. I keep hearing mixed things about what you should use, what you shouldn't use, adding the auto campaigns at the beginning. I hear often about the exact, and then I heard, and this was overused. I'm talking about back in the day, people were just getting killed on broad match. But should you bring back broad match? I'm hearing that people are using more and more broad match and they're getting results. Oh, what do you feel about that? Hey, if you subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave a comment saying, I subscribed, I'll personally reply to your comment.
So there are different parts of the journey for your product, right? Let's talk about launch. It is total. Actually, we had a discussion about this with our team. Everyone is now talking about when you are launching a product, start with exact, right? That is what you
Right.
have to go with. I have come to the conclusion that it is not across the board. It depends to your product. I'll give you a good example. And to that point, in most cases, I start the launch with exact just for a week, and I'll explain what's my process for the launch. But about this issue that I was talking, there is a product, and I don't see enough people talking about this in the industry. There are some products that I call them exploratory. The average conversion rate of the market is very, very low. It could be fashionable product. In this case, the product that we are talking about, it's the baby lounger. And the conversion rate of the market is around 2%, right? It means after 40, 50 clicks, you are getting one sales. And why is that? It's very clear because you're a parent, you're looking for a baby lounger. Most of the products are similar, but the color is different, the pattern that they have is different, the material is different. So if you're a parent, you're not just going to go, it's not like ankle brace, everything is similar. I search for ankle brace after 4 products that I see, I just go with the bestseller. No. As a parent, you are going to go all the way. You might see 30, 40 products, which conversion rate showing this. They are exploratory. They see so many products before they purchase. The biggest mistake for launch and generally across the life cycle of this product is that if you just go after exact and if you go with high bid and you're wasting money. Why is that? Because let's go back to the launch. Because it doesn't matter if you are on top of search number 1 or 2, or if you are in the middle of the page, because the customers will find you in this specific category. They are looking, they are exploring, they are going to see you. So if you're on the top, you are paying, let's say, $3 for cost per click, rather than paying 85 cents, $1 being in the middle. We saw this in action. Our team started with exact, and then we switched and said, okay, forget about, let's have exact, but let's launch phrase and broad and bring all of our bids lower because we don't want to be on top of there. Now we are seeing results, the sales coming with a good ACoS, not with like 300, 400 ACoS. So I would say I told everything that, say, for the launch process, total depends to your product. If you have a product that has a low conversion rate, I will start with exact and phrase what I won't go with high bids, but I will start with different match types. Broad, usually I won't start with the broad for launch. And the reason is that you are start just showing Amazon what your product is. If you start at first week, second week, showing the few first weeks, adding broad, you are going to be probably wasting money because Amazon might show you in places that's even not related to your product. You just need to show Amazon what it is. But after that, yeah, go ahead. Totally, 100% you have to run broad. And in terms of how to control it, with bid adjustment negation, you got to make sure, to the point Nor mentioned, that you are not wasting money. Now, for high conversion rate products, that 10%, 15% is the average of market. We usually start with exact for the first week, second week, to make sure that we are very targeted in terms of the ranking. That's the only reason we highly focus on exact, because we know that these are the keywords we want to target. But it doesn't stop us from launching phrase campaigns, because we are like, okay, these exact campaigns, we want to focus on rank and most of our budget here. Phrase, we want to focus on generating sales with profitable ACoS. Imagine like your product is mature. That's how we are behaving it. Exact for we don't care about what is the ACoS, but at the same time, we want to grab the sales that we could with phrase with lower ACoS and profitable ACoS. And then later on, we expand to broad as well for these products as well.
All right. And if somebody wanted to start AMC tomorrow, and a lot of people think it's difficult, what is the first step they can take?
The first step they can take is that to get access to AMC, that I'm going to send you that instruction document. It's very easy to get access. And the second is that Amazon has so many instructions that says, okay, what are the use cases, how you can look at it. From AMC itself, there are so many documentation. Third is that in LinkedIn, I post a lot about AMC. There are other people posting a lot of AMC, so learning from AMC. And that's pretty much it.
Very good. All right, Mansoor, how do people get a hold of you?
LinkedIn is the best place to contact with me, and also from Incrementum Digital. If you are a brand, we do audits, and based on that, if you are a good fit, we could help you with Amazon advertising. So either for my LinkedIn or Incrementum Digital website.
So now let's go to a sponsor. We'll be right back.
Start, scale, exit, repeat. I'm Colin C. Campbell, and I've started over a dozen multi-million-dollar companies in the last 30 years. I spent the last 10 years writing the book, Start, Scale, Exit, Repeat, to figure out what it is that these serial entrepreneurs do over and over again. We interviewed over 200 people. We created 58 chapters, over 30 illustrations, 180 callouts, and we quite frankly made this book for the ADHD entrepreneur. It's been #1 on Amazon in 15 categories and has won 12 awards globally. Get your book today, either on ebook, paperback, hardcover, or Audible on Amazon or your favorite bookstore.
All right, sir. Well, thanks a lot for being on the podcast today.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me. It was amazing.
All right, everybody. So thanks a lot for joining us today. You can go to our regular YouTube channel. We also have the newsletter, which always starts off with a story from my life, and then I relate it to business. We have the WhatsApp group. We have the the Reddit group, subreddit group. We have a Facebook page. We got pretty much anything you want if you're looking for a community. You can either sign up for one or sign them up for all of them. But thanks for being part of the community, and we will see you next time on Lunch with Norm.
Lunch with Norm.